Okie. Ita Mexcanatoni. Good morning. It is just past the dawn, around 8 o'clock in the AM on Tuesday, the 13th of November, 2023, in the lunar cycle Itkanako Koto ni tests. We've just entered into the second winter moon, second of 7, and this is the moon when the rivers freeze entirely over. And we're not there yet. In fact, right now I'm going to a residence where just yesterday when I pulled up there to set a skunk trap, the homeowner was out on the front lawn mowing, because in some of the residences the grass is still growing. It's 3 degrees this morning. The rivers are not frozen over. The pond is hardly frozen over, I don't think. I don't know. Me and Taylor will go take a look at it. I was just getting ready to do my morning routine with Taylor. We go on a walk now pretty much every day. And she was expecting it. She was looking at me kind of hurt that I was leaving the house without taking her. Tried to let her know that I'll be right back after this skunk and we'll go. But yeah, we'll go down, check out the pond, and I want to go down below Ridgewood subdivision and do a little bit of scoping out for that area as a potential place to do my bird nest walk in December. I got to figure out that bird nest walk like pronto. And you know, that place down there, it has some oxbows of the river with some still water, so you get cattails and things like that. I should be able to find red-winged and yellow-headed blackbird nests, which is part of what I want to make sure that I show, along with the usual stuff that I can find in the riparian forest. Anyhow, before we get there, we are off to fetch a skunk, and geez, this comes in the nick of time for me because I'm gonna have a truck payment coming up on Monday, and I'm seriously broke. I can't even believe it for like a 50-year-old guy, you know, that I woke up yesterday and checked my bank account and I've got no money and I've got no credit. My credit's maxed out and it's high, so it's eating up what money I have, you know, in interest and stuff. I'm in a little bit of a precarious position because of winter. So if you're a Rattlesnakes of Lethbridge fan and you got any kind of like outside work around your house that needs doing, give me a call or a message or whatever, because I need work, and I'm not going to take a job because then I'm not able to field wildlife stuff if I have a job. So I got to make it on my own. That means I got to hustle some other kind of, you know, work in winter. And I think what makes sense to me is snow removal and stuff like that. But like I say, you know, there's no snow on the ground right now, and I'm broke. So yeah, pitch me some work if you got something that needs doing, you know. And anyway, yeah, this skunk is coming in. That'll give me at least, you know, $100. I've got to ride that a little bit and save some of it for my truck payment, get some more money, and like, you know, boy, life is this winter is gonna be tough just because I haven't done a winter without an actual job yet. This would be my first one where I'm riding on my own money, and so yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a struggle this winter. I wasn't really prepared enough, even though I had like the summer to try to get prepared. Then I was, you know, I had the big move all of a sudden, and then immediately followed almost by a by a breakup, and so, you know, the last few months of my summer was taken up in that kind of stuff. I didn't get to prepare to get together some winter clients for different things or anything like that. Anyway, that's that. But let's go pick up this skunk, and then go pick up Taylor and we'll take a walk. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, there he is. Hey there, Skunky. Apikay. Kita po, mini. Whoo, stinky. Yeah, this guy's spraying. Whew. All right. One skunk in the hole. Let's go down to the river. See you later, little guy. Well, we're already here at Spokane. I'm gonna put the trap in my truck and I think just go take a peek at the pond real quick. Yeah, sure enough, the waters of Spokane are still quite open and lots of ducks on the water, widgeons, big chunk of widgeons, big flock of widgeons, and some mallards. And it's nice out here this morning. I got to get home so I can take Taylor for a walk. Little bit of ice on the edges and stuff, and on the extreme north end there's some ice, but for the most part still wide open and going into the second winter moon, which is pretty unusual. The pond freezes over fastest and typically during the first winter moon. In fact, I don't know that I've ever seen it this open going into the second winter moon. I may have. Anyway, let's go pick up Taylor. We'll take a walk. Back to the skunk. These magpies are just harassing him. Yeah, that's the thing about doing these relocations. When you drop an animal off somewhere, like I just did, they don't know where they're at. They have no clue. And skunks, they're not really big on using their visual sense for orientation. So he's just running around sniffing. The magpies are flipping out. But yeah, I've followed skunks before when I've dropped them off, and they run around disoriented for hours, and then eventually start moving in some direction and move in that direction until they tire and or find somewhere to hole up. You know, it sucks. It'd be like if I took you, abducted you, and dropped you off, like, I don't know where even today, but maybe like no resources, nothing but the clothes on your back in Jakarta or something, and you don't know anybody, you got no money, you got nothing, totally new place. But I say, hey, that's a city. that's a human kind of environment. Humans are supposed to live in cities. Let's relocate them to there. That's what it's like for these poor skunks, you know, and raccoons and anything else that I remove from their home environment and bring, you know, somewhere else. That skunk knew his neighborhood. He didn't know where the hell he is now, and he's not gonna find his neighborhood again. So he has to adapt. It's a tough row. Check it out. It's that same little porcupine gate skunk in the canopy that we saw in this area the other day. So he's predictably here pretty often. This may end up being where I do the porcupine walk rather than the bird nest walk. We'll see. Hey Tay. Yeah, we're just gonna cover this flat down in here and see what we can find. Well, I found a nest, not the best example, in this Saskatoon bush here. This is a yellow warbler nest, but it was either never finished or it's a couple of years old or something like that, because it's definitely not in good shape. It doesn't look like it was ever complete. I bet it never was, but I can tell that it was yellow warbler working on it because of the prolific use of cottonwood fiber and fluff from cottonwood seeds. So usually they're very kind of feathery little nests, very delicate little nests, but not quite as delicate as that one is. That one either, like I say, never finished or whatever. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. We need yellow warbler, robin, of course, eastern kingbird, flickers, you know, downy woodpeckers, tree swallows. Who else stuff we gonna find? The blackbirds, like I was saying. Gonna find some of their nests. Be nice to find some ground nesting birds, like just the remains of their nests, you know, like some eggshell fragment areas or something, you know, because we have all those ringneck pheasants. We got lots of different ducks that nest on the ground on the coulee slopes and in the forest and such. Come on, Tay. She smells where a deer was laying and she's just wanting to have her nose in it. I'm looking, you know, the other day I was saying I need an example of a nest that's in a narrow-leaf cottonwood, and the branches kind of grow down the sides of the trunk of the narrow-leaf. I see that pretty often, so I'd like to demonstrate that on my walk. There are some narrow-leaf cottonwoods in amongst these trees here, so I got my eyes peeled. This area down here is kind of a wetlands area. I don't know if any birds nested down there this year, because it would seem like it was pretty dry, but just on the other side of Whoop-Up Bridge, I think there's for sure an area where there was red-winged blackbirds and such, so we'll head over there. Huh. Yeah. I gotta get off trail a bit. You're gonna fall through that ice, Tay. It's not that safe. Yeah, I was wrong. There is a little bit of ice down, or water down here. So there very well could be some blackbird nests in these reeds. I'm gonna poke around just a little bit at the edges, see if I see any. You gonna eat that ice? Got herself a chunk of ice. All right, let's look around. No luck. We just couldn't get deep enough into these reeds before we were wading through a bunch of mud. Hey, Tay. Oh, my girl. Yeah, we ended up wading through mud. Don't want to do that for a public walk. So that's not the place to look for them blackbird nests. We're gonna go under the bridge, go see the other side, whether that has anything to offer. Will there be any bird nests on my bird nest tour? We'll see. Wanted to show you this really cool old Beaver Lodge here just south of the Whoop Up Bridge. You could almost climb right into it. In fact, the opening over here, I bet you could. Taylor probably can. It's very cool. Can really see, you know, how it's made. The underwater part, don't go in there. It could be porcupines or anything in there. Like a lot of time, a porcupine will use an old Beaver Lodge as their lodge. So don't let your dogs go running up into something like this. Come on, because you never know who's in there, you know. Let's go along the river here, Miss Taylor J. Come on. Just wanted to make note on this snag here down below the university. I've got a flicker cavity. Where is it? There we go. Talked about those yesterday. That's about 4 birds in one right there. Plus, if I move up this thing to the top, oh, Taylor, just wait. Fuck. If I move up this thing toward the top, you can see an area up here. Really eating out. I'm sorry for the wind. That could be pileated woodpecker work right there. We don't have many pileateds here. Nobody nests here pileated, at least not yet. But we have been getting visitors. You know, we get visiting pileated now and then, and they make much longer holes like that. You know, this is some of that narrow leaf branch growth that I'm talking about, where you can often find nests in there. What's up, magpie? This magpie's upset at something, telling me something. Let's go see over here. What's up? What's the scoop? Woo. Turning circles with Taylor's leash. Yeah, this is the little Oxbow of Stillwater, where I'm sure there are quite a few blackbird nests in amongst the reeds here. It is again a question of whether or not we can get to those nests without running into like quicksand and such. Hard to say. I'm just gonna walk around the perimeter here and see what we can see. I hate to say it, but I think I need to come poke around out here when I don't have Taylor with me. I'm having difficulties going through areas off trail with her and her leash and all of that, and she just wants to get out of the dense areas and back onto something like manicured, kind of like this. So I think I'll go out one of these afternoons or something, sans Taylor, maybe bring Chris. We'll have a couple sets of eyes and go looking. Because I know down here they've got all the nests that I need. Oh, another one is the northern oriole. I gotta find a northern oriole nest too. But yeah, I should be able to find everything I need down here, or right below Ridgewood where we were. I'm not finding it because I feel like I'm being kind of rushed around by Taylor and dragged around. And I'm actually getting dizzy from her looping around me and making me spin. So yeah, I think an expedition sans Taylor is forthcoming. Home again. Good girl, Taylor. Good walk. Hey, doggos. Kick that, Taylor. Let me take that off of you. Fingers are cold. They're not working right. It's now getting to be late afternoon. Sometime around, well, it's almost 4 o'clock. 1600 hours. Yeah, I went home and I've just been hanging out at home. Chris has time off, and so she's at home just kind of chilling in pajamas and stuff. And we got a gift of some THC infused Saskatoon berry jam from Sid's mom, Lou. And so I went to pick it up the other day, and we haven't tried it yet. And today, after I got back from my walk with Taylor, we decided we would try out the jam. So Chris made fry bread, and it was right tasty, both the fry bread and the jam. Very good stuff. Enjoyed the sweet brunch. And most of the rest of the day, I've been playing Salubrious Indulgence. Hey, I've been trying to fill my quotas on everything that I normally have to do. So I did a little bit of domestic stuff. I need to do some more. Like I washed dishes, and the walk was 7 kilometers. It counted for some of my fitness, but not all of it. And so I've been just doing some light weightlifting sets. Getting up to like 100 reps after 5 or 6 sets or whatever, in a few different exercises. And then what else? I had emailed in the 2022 tax assessments because the legal services, Lethbridge Legal Services, is looking to provide me with a lawyer to help me go after Mahoney for her loan because I'm broke, and they can't do it now because my 2022 tax assessment, I made more in 2022 than I did, I think, ever in my life, somehow or another, mostly from Samus. I got paid quite a bit for me in 2022. It's about what any professional might make that has, 3/4 of my education. But that's the way it was. I made some money, and so I need to wait now, I think, until January and do my 2023 assessment, which will be much different because I was, basically unemployed, collecting employment insurance from February through October, and just accenting that, adding on to it with my skunks and stuff like that, which I had to report, and which sometimes reduced what I was paid and stuff. So I think my 2023 assessment is going to be way different than than the 2022. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff I've been doing. I've just been hanging out at the house and playing a little bit of salubrious indulgence, trying to rack up some points, trying to be good. And now, hours later, I am out here on Mount Crandall Crescent, where I understand there is a skunk living, and I've caught skunks here at this residence before. They typically get them under their front step, and I'm thinking that's what's going on here. So I'm going to set up a little trap. See if we can catch him.
For food, where the change is